Hello and welcome. I'm going to be doing a real-time plan with me / reset in my plotter for the month of April. And I thought I'd bring you along with me. This is probably going to be a longer video, so feel free to plan along with me, put this in the background, whatever you want to do. About a day after I posted my last video, which was setting up this little guy, I got sick and then I got better and then I got sick again. It was like a whole month of just feeling awful. I'm also in my 3rd trimester of my 3rd pregnancy, which if you know, being pregnant and sick is not fun. I felt like I was dying and I did not feel productive and I just felt, it was pretty discouraging. But I have been feeling better the past few days. I feel like my voice is still a little scratchy, so apologies. But yeah, grab a coffee or a snack and we will get into it. Okay, we're back. I brought in this little guy. I call it my noodle notebook because it's just an assortment of a bunch of random stuff that I might share at some point. But I'm going to use this as kind of my brain drain over here as I'm doing this. And if I think of something I need to remember, I'm just going to write it down here so I don't have to split my task too much. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is just take out all of these inserts that are my planning inserts and archive them. So I don't really have like a super great archive system at the moment. I just have been using this like accordion folder for a lot of my ring stuff. I've got archive here, refills, plotter, pages, accessories, notes pages, and an ephemera section. So the archive is going to be filled super soon. So I'll probably get just like a cheap like personal rings for my archive. I don't know. Let me know what works for you because I've looked at like the archive book from Filofax and I don't know that I want to do that. Okay, I'm gonna set my brain drain to the side because I need to migrate some stuff. Keeping this, here's a notes page. Keeping this, birthdays. This can be archived. Here is our current month. So I'm gonna keep all of this. Here is, I'm gonna set this aside too because I'm gonna migrate some of that. I can archive. Nope, I'm not gonna archive that because it has the back still. And here we are, weeklies. Let's see. Aren't a ton that I can take out. Yeah, just this one. I'm pretty good about every week I will take out what I have used up. Let's see. And then all of these are dailies that are all done. Okay, great. Put these back. And then I have been really enjoying Planned with Jyla, her like monthly plan with me. So I'm going to be kind of experimenting with her parts of her method, her like receipt method. She uses receipts. I think I mentioned this in another video, but she uses receipts to kind of plan out her weeks, like a week at a glance. And then she has like a monthly overview on just a big piece of paper that she uses. So I'm gonna be experimenting with that. So this is like a kind of a new planning experiment. Okay, so here's all of my archive for this year so far. It's this much. And right now, I mean, it's not that big of a deal to just like take it out and kind of slip things in where they're supposed to go. So like this monthly goes here, this weekly goes here. I mean, it's, yeah, I mean, not hard at all. But I mean, as this gets bigger, it's gonna be more challenging. Yep, and all these dailies. Great, I mean, that's it. That's my archive system, folks. I just shove it in here. You don't need anything fancy. Although obviously you can't really flip through that in a pretty way. Okay, so now that I have kind of purged, these are all of my like project folders. So all of that's gonna stay the same. So I don't need to mess with that. Okay, so as I mentioned before, I was, excuse me, that was my chair, sick last month, like the whole month of March, pretty much, which was really a bummer. I knew I wasn't dying, but did I? No, I did not know. It was awful. Anyways, and I still feel really foggy. Like, I'm like, I don't know what's going on in my life. So here we are, we're gonna do our best. Yeah, we're gonna do our best. Okay, so next step here, oh, this guy fell out, is going to be our new experiment of monthly planning, task planning. So I downloaded this from Etsy. Let me see, who is the creator? Ellie Designs Monthly Planner. To try this out. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm using pencil. I'm gonna go to my monthly section in my plotter and date this up real quick. Let's use pen. Okay. Monthly goal, shouldn't we start there? But I don't know what that is yet, and I don't even know if I really need one. Let's just start by putting in some of our big events that affect our schedule. My son has soccer on Tuesdays, but I only take him on half the days. We do carpool. So I am just going to write in the days that I'm going to be picking him up and his friend and taking them. Okay. So today is the 2nd, and thankfully this week was really open, so that's been really nice. Let's see, I'm going to a baby shower, kids have a birthday. The 8th, I have my 32-week OB appointment. So days that I have appointments like these, I try not to plan a lot of other stuff around it, just like errands and nothing like filming a video or, I don't know, anything too involved. Okay, I've got therapy. This season has been so full of doctor's appointments all the time for me and my kids. Got a lunch date on Monday, the 14th. I'm going to see a friend on the 16th. I'm not gonna write that down here though. Okay. And then here we have some family in town. We'll be celebrating Easter. Okay, so now that I'm thinking of this, of having family in town, that sparks my brain into some other things that have to happen that I'm going to I think I'm gonna write some of these here that are like definitely have to happen this month, which is, I'm doing this in pencil, plan out Easter menu. And we're also doing an egg hunt. So I have to plan the egg hunt. My husband organizes the egg hunt, but I'm gonna be making sure that we have food and stuff. I'll just do egg hunt menu. Okay, great. And then the other thing that I think of is I've been game mastering an RPG for my, the family that's gonna be in town. So I bet you they're gonna wanna do that on the 20th. So I have a week and a half to plan that. I always like to leave them on a cliffhanger. So yes, I have to plan that. I spend probably way too much time planning this, but it's super fun. Okay, so we're gonna have magical kitties. And it's also fun because they talk about it, like whenever I see them and we're not doing the game, they talk about it, and it's fun because I know they're really enjoying it. Okay, so okay, another big thing is teacher gift, which I need to do this week. Okay. Monday, we've got more doctor's appointments. So that's gonna be like our whole entire morning. So that's fun. And then I have a doctor appointment on the 22nd. Another doctor appointment on the 24th. This is just my life right now. Okay, so those are like the things the timed things that I have to be aware of. So I'm gonna bring in my brain drain from, I didn't really use this last month. I'm gonna bring this in and migrate some stuff. Let's see, what was I using green? Make allergy appointment. I have so many doctor's appointments. I don't want to make an allergy appointment, but I need to do that. I think, did I do this? I think I adjusted that. Let me check it off. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna put a arrow there. And I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna adjust or move my allergy appointment just to this scratch pad, because I'm not sure where this is gonna live yet. Okay, and now I'm thinking there's another appointment I need to make. Okay. So now this, thought about using the back, but I honestly didn't use this much. I think that I've been using kind of other more just like sticky notes and whatnot. So I think I'm gonna archive this, and I'm not going to like put another one in there. I'm just gonna set this aside. Okay. Here's where my brain just feels completely like mush. Okay. What other big things? Okay, we've got baby prep. Do I want to do, I think my monthly goal isn't really a goal, but just to work on baby prep, which encompasses cleaning and organizing. We got rid of all of our baby stuff after our second kid. So it is also in acquiring things like a crib, because we got rid of all of that. We weren't planning on having a third. So there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do just to bring baby home this go around. So we have step 1, step 2, step 3. I don't know that I'm gonna make these. I think it would be better if these were like goal 1, goal 2, goal 3 with steps. So I think I'm gonna try that. Maybe my overall goal is baby prep, like my priority. And then, oh no, is this out? It's out. Oh, no, it's not. April Fools. Okay, so maybe my overall goal is baby prep, and then kind of the 3 big buckets for this month is obviously baby prep, Easter is gonna take a lot of bandwidth, and then I'm gonna leave this blank. Magical Kitties takes a lot of time, but that seems silly to be a goal for the month. But maybe that's just my life right now, which is kind of fun. Okay, so from here, what am I gonna do? Let's get our weeklies. And set up our plotter for, I don't put dailies for the whole month, but I do weeklies for the month, and then each week I refresh the dailies. Okay, so weeklies. I am just going to do, let's see, so this is, we've got how many weeks? We've got this week in here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that should be more than enough. Let's put that one in there too. And then we're gonna just do dailies for the rest of the week, which let's go to this week. Today is the 2nd. These are, I believe these are these paper tests? Have I said that before? I think these are paper tests. I really like the day on one page, even though I don't always fill it out. Okay, this is Wednesday, the 2nd of April. Then we're gonna have Thursday the 3rd. Friday. Saturday. And then Sunday. So I'm coming up on a year of exclusively planning, like doing practical planning in rings. And I feel like I have a pretty good sense of the pros and cons. And I think this setup of having to, print or acquire inserts. It's not like purchasing one planner, like if you bought a Hobonichi Weeks or a Kinbor or Wonderland 222 or Sterling and Ink, where you have all your weeks, you have all your days, you have all your months, and they're right there and you don't have to prep anything. That is definitely a drawback for a lot of people, like a barrier for wanting to try this, because even if you are purchasing printed, like ones that are already printed, because I print these myself, but even if you're purchasing and you're not printing or cutting or any of that, you still have to source what your monthlies are, what your dailies are, what your weeklies are, what your notes pages are going to be. So yeah, it can be really overwhelming. And I'm a year in and I feel really comfortable with this setup, but I mean, I'm a year in, you know, so I understand not really wanting to get into rings or having that, like, because when I first got a rings planner because I was going to do some like cash budgeting. So that's why I got a rings planner. And I remember thinking, oh, I should maybe expand upon this. And I remember just having my Mo term open and just feeling completely lost for a while. So this has been a very slow process. One thing I'm adding in, as I mentioned, I haven't been feeling great and I'm feeling better now. And while I was sick, I also had to do the 3-hour glucose test to make sure I didn't have gestational diabetes, which is just really, it's just not fun. I had to do that in the middle of just like not feeling well, but I don't have gestational diabetes. So, but because I had to do that second test, I have been thinking more about like the food I'm eating and fueling my body, which has been really hard being sick. So I downloaded Sleepy Notes Club. Oops. We'll just put this one in for now. Her food diary. She has such beautiful handwriting, and I feel like her inserts, like when she flips through her planner, it looks so amazing. Partly, obviously this is like very neat and clean, but her handwriting just makes it look even better. So we'll see how I feel about this with my own handwriting. But yeah, I'm gonna start incorporating a food diary, just to be more mindful now that I'm feeling better. And I mean, there was like weeks where I didn't cook because I didn't have any energy. So we were eating out all the time, and yeah, that ends up taking a toll. So feeling better and prepping more food. We'll see how this works to kind of keep track of just, how I feel overall versus what I'm eating. Okay, the last thing I'm gonna set up in here for the new month. And as you can see, I didn't date any of the weeklies that I added in. I'm just gonna leave those blank and do them like on a Sunday. I'm gonna put a couple more notes pages. This is a Filofax insert that came with my Filofax original. And I like to cut these in half. I saw a planner come and do this once. I was like, that's such a good idea. Because you don't always need a whole page of notes. Note writing. So we're gonna stick. You can mix and match color, which is fun. We're gonna do, oh my goodness. Pink, and then I think I'm gonna do some green too. Where does this go? Here, right? Why does it feel like this isn't lining up? Is it? Am I crazy? Yeah, that's right. Maybe I just cut it on a different line. Okay. And then, yeah, I cut it on a different line, which is fine. I'm gonna do green. We're gonna go crazy. One thing I really like about rings is how you can layer. I mean, there's so many things I feel like I've learned and can recognize as like, this isn't the funnest thing, or like, this is what one thing I really love, is the like layering that you can do. Not that this is like anything special, but when I look at other people's videos, the layering is super fun. Okay, so I'm gonna put these back in my little folder. This. Okay. So now that we've got everything loaded up in here, I really need to prioritize the rest of what I have to do this week. So also inspired by Jyla is what she calls her receipt method. She's using receipts. I'm just using spare or scrap paper from my cutting out my inserts. So this is for this week, which is week 14. I've gotten in the habit from Hobonichi really liking to know what number week it is. Not sure why. I just think it kind of, as someone who gets lost in time, it is encouraging to see the progression of, oh wow, you know, we're 14 weeks into the year. Kind of is an anchoring point for me. Okay. So let's go to this week, and we're already halfway through, but okay, I really have to prioritize. So these are my like high level things. Also I'm gonna write down something so I don't forget is bills, and then insurance. I have to call about insurance, which is super fun. Okay. And I have done some of house reset, but I haven't done any of the rest. So I need to, what I'm gonna do and how I like to do my weeks, And I'm not gonna really worry about any of this except for this. This is gonna be this week. I'm not gonna worry about any of these things for this current week. I'm just gonna work on what I have already written down for here. Okay, so I need to do gifts today. We've got lots of people having lots of parties. So on this weekly, which is Paper Test Designs, it's a vertical weekly, which I fell in love with through the Hobonichi cousin. I like to do a top 3, and my method here is each like task gets a little star, and then when I have it scheduled, I color it in with a color, whether that's like with a dot marker or just green or blue or red on my Uniball. And then, so that means it's scheduled, like I have it scheduled on the calendar. So none of these are scheduled. And then once I do it, I fill it in with black, which I didn't keep up with this, but this was done. Okay, so we're gonna do gift for L and teacher gift today. And I'm going to do a little color, boop, boop. House reset is kind of ongoing, so I'm just gonna, it's not on a specific day. And then I will do, some of this is online and some of this is in store, so let's see. We'll do, and since these are scheduled, boop, boop. Great, but I mean, that's not all I have to do. And there's other stuff, which I'm like, here is where I feel so disorganized. I've got a million things in a million different places, and the whole point of this system is so that you have everything in one spot. How's that working out? I don't know. We're trying. Okay, other weekly priorities. I think, let's look at this. Let's schedule. I like to do things that I hate doing more towards the morning, so I just get them done. We're already kind of past that point, but I think this afternoon I can, I think these two are probably the most important, and I can definitely spend some time doing that. Okay, so that's great for today. We can do those things this afternoon. Now I'm gonna go to my daily for today, which is here. What color do I think gray? We're gonna do gray this month. April, boop, boop. Of course, I got my gray mild liner out and put it, there it is, somewhere. I have these scraps of paper that I use for daily notes. So this is where I will write just really short little details, so that when I do my memory keeper in my Hobonichi, if I'm like, what did I do that day? I actually have a reference because I can never remember. Like 2 days later, if you ask me what I did, I'm like, I don't know, it's lost in the ether. Okay. Okay, so let's look at our tasks for the week. Okay, we've got my top 3 are gonna have A plus priority. And then A plus is also film. We're doing that right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and check because that makes me feel good. Okay, then schedule wise, we don't have a ton actually on the schedule, which is really nice. I can focus on one of my big goals of the week and the month, which is baby prep / organizing. So we did a lot of that yesterday. We're gonna do that again today after we get these top things done. So I'm gonna make this an A. And then we did drop off. And we'll do pickup, 2:30. And 3:30. Great. And then looking at Sunday is going to be really full just because of the events going on. So Saturday, I don't want to really put anything on Saturday. I think Monday the 7th, I'm going to prioritize Easter planning. So I'm going to go ahead and write this. Okay, let's see. Easter planning. We're going to do 7th. We're going to do Easter menu. And then we'll do shopping on probably the 17th. And then the 18th will be egg hunt prep. And yeah, those are the big buckets for that. I think I am gonna make magical kitties 1 because I need to make time for it. Okay, so magical kitties is gonna have to be done next week. I think I'm gonna do, it's better when, excuse me, it's better when I have work on it for like an hour or 2 for like a few days in a row. So I think we're gonna do some of that here. And then if we're playing here, I'll just make sure I have time to do a little bit there. So we have prep. We're gonna do the 9th through 11th and more prep, 16th through 17th. And then I bet you that this is the day that we will play. So that will be fun. Okay, I'm feeling Okay, baby prep. Let's put a couple of tasks on here for baby prep. Oh man, there's some things that we don't need to get quite yet, but the bassinet is a must. We need diapers. Baby's gonna be in my room for the first bit, so I don't have to like prep a whole baby room. And I organized my room. Oh, you know what? We need to do our dresser swap. We're moving some dressers around. Dresser swap between some rooms. Okay, I feel like that's a pretty good kind of overview. Okay, the last thing that I want to do, except for not because I have to write something else down in my weekly. Okay, we're gonna do another priority here is going to be to make a prep, do some meal prep. That's tomorrow. Okay. Last thing I'm gonna do is monthly reflection for the month of March. Okay, highlight. What was the highlight for the month? Like I said, it was kind of a rough month. Feeling awful, but that doesn't mean that we didn't have some great moments. Okay, for my gratitude, I already know what that is. And that is that I'm feeling so much better. Oh, this is feathering. Ooh, I need to put some different ink in there because it bleeds on quite a few different types of paper and it's really annoying. Okay. Okay, I think the highlight for me for this month is I've been able to keep in touch with some of my best friends from college more consistently, and that has been really great. So I think my highlight is going to be that because it really just stands out. How was I feeling this month? I was feeling really discouraged and worn out and so tired. What do I need? Okay, I need to put less pressure on myself. What is working? What has been working this week or this month? Let's come back to that. What is not working? Okay, one thing that was not working is thought spiraling, which is something that's really hard for me and happened a lot while I was sick, and catastrophizing. I think just how I was feeling was not leading to a great headspace. But what is working, I feel like communication with all of our healthcare providers has been really good and has been really reassuring. So I'm gonna write And it's not really over communication, but I think not being hesitant, being quick to, what is working is being quick to reach out to healthcare support. Okay, next month, which is now this month of April. Oh man, I think just, let's see. I think I just want to be present and not like, I don't want to put myself in the headspace where I'm feeling like all of these appointments are a burden. So next month, I'm going to say be present during checkups, not wishing I was somewhere else. And I'm not gonna archive this. I'm gonna put this, I think I'm gonna put this in the front so that I can have, I don't know, a reminder of what last month was, what I was grateful for. This isn't the only place that I write gratitudes, but I think it's gonna be nice to kind of have this front and center. Oh my goodness. Especially thinking about like next month of like what I want to have front of mind. And then like, okay, putting less pressure on myself. This is a good reminder. Like I was feeling discouraged last month. How am I feeling now? I'm feeling a lot better, like being thankful for that. So I think that's gonna be it for my monthly reset. Again, this is a lot of time to spend every month on something, but yeah, I think I'm feeling a lot better about the month. We'll see how like this as a reference point goes. I kind of like having it like big, having more space to kind of play around rather than, you know, these monthlies are smaller. So yeah, do you have any tips for me on planning in my plotter? How have y'all been planning? Are you in a bound book? Are you in rings? I would love to know. I hope you're doing well and that you have an amazing spring, or if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it's getting to be fall. We have family in Australia and it's always interesting to see them put on their coats as we're taking ours off. All right. Bye.